Chuck and friends. It is Mick and Maria. It's Wednesday night. It's time to create some fun, beautiful things. Wait till you see what we're making tonight. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Mick and Maria. I'm your independent Chalk Couture designer. Woot, woot. And our solution or our issue tonight is, does anybody else have just cutesy little things that you want to do for your friends and your neighbors while you're social distancing that maybe could be just a little bit uplifting, but not necessarily break the bank? Because it's really easy to spend a lot of money when we're social distancing because you can do a lot of damage. So I'm going to show you a cute little project tonight that you can make, that you can then leave on the doorknobs of friends, neighbors, relatives, all kinds of social distancing people that you might want to give just a little moment of inspiration to. That's going to be our first project. We're actually doing two projects this evening, and it's going to be a super quick, little easy inking project that we're going to do on a little pennant banner. The other project that we're going to do is this month's Chalk Couture transfer. I've been teasing at this a little bit. The other day we made it, so we've made it already. I'm hoping you guys are starting to get yours in the mail. Maybe not quite yet. Maybe tomorrow you'll start seeing them. But the Chalk Couture transfer this month is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And one of my friends made it, and I want to copy the color combination that she did. We're going to do a little different, which she did on the top of it, but I really liked the color combination that she did on the typewriter, so I wanted to give that a try. So we have two very quick little easy projects that we're going to do tonight. The first one we're going to do is a quick little pennant banner. I'm going to do this quick little guy. I mean, look at how cute he is. I mean, he's just adorable, and any A-size transfer fits on him, especially in the portrait. If you go landscape, not so much, but in portrait, any portrait transfer fits on this little guy. And he's super cute. And the best thing about him is he's $2.50 right now, if you're a Chalk Couture member. If you're not a Chalk Couture member, he's $4.99. But Chalk Couture members currently are getting half off on several of our fun textiles. The banners, the pillows are all half off if you are a club member. If you're not a club member, they reduced the prices permanently, but to get half off, you got to be a club member. So that's how cute these are. It's going to be quick, easy, and affordable because you all have A-transfers. My regular viewers, I know you all have A-transfers that you can make something cute, and it's $2.50. How can you not make like a million of them? I ordered 10 of them today for myself. And then I realized, why didn't I order them earlier? Because I could have put the He is Risen on here and run it around for Easter, but I digress. So that's the first project we're making, and the second project, ooh, we're gonna make this in some amazing colors. I've got 5 colors out. I don't know if we'll use all 5, but I've got 5 colors out that we're gonna make this with. So I need to stop here real quick and say hello to everybody who has joined us. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Hello, Anne-Marie. Kim, oh my goodness, Kim. Hello, Kim. Christine from Michigan is here. Linda Squared is here. Hello, hello, my regular viewers. If you are not somebody I know, say hi. We are a very welcoming, very friendly little chalking group. We like to chit chat while I chalk, so please say hi. Tell us where you're from. If you are enjoying your video, if you want to like and follow my business page, I go live with a demonstration every evening around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, with the exception of Saturdays. So you can come back and see some other fun projects every single night. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you for watching me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Making Maria, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload videos to YouTube. Oh my goodness, we have a few more people. Hello, 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 Kristen. Welcome, Kristen. And Nicole from Nevada. Oh, Carol's here too. Well, my goodness, Carol, did you get all those masks done in time? I thought about you all afternoon and hoped that you succeeded. Carol has been sewing like a mad woman, as many of you have, because many of you are quilters, sewers, and have lots of amazing skills that, trust me, I ain't got. I can't sew a straight line, as I'm sure you're all so shocked to hear, right? Hello, Miss Carrie. Welcome, welcome. And Miss Terry from Texas. Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of you here today. Okay, so let's get to showing you what we're making. So we're gonna make this super cute little pennant banner. Now, again, my little sewing friends, could you probably whip this bad boy up? Yeah, you probably could. But for $2.50, really? Order it. You've got more important things to do, like making masks. But they're really cute because you can hang them on a little doorknob. You could just, all over your house, you could have these cute little things. You can also, as we have done, stream them together and make a cute banner. We did those with the Easter eggs. Chuck has made over 200 masks. Holy cow, Terry. So for those of you who don't know, my brother-in-law Chuck, or as he is known in our house as Uncle Wedgie Boy, because he loves to give wedgies, Uncle Wedgie Boy is a master sewer. Oh my gosh, he's made over 200. Holy cow. Are you finding that places are taking them? Because I did have a friend that was making a bunch of them, and she was really disappointed that the places wouldn't take them after they'd made them. In the end, she found some place that would take them, but she was, you know, they've been working and places wouldn't take them. All right, so let's get to chalking. So this one we're just going to do a quick little bless our mess on. I am going to use ink because I thought this sentiment was very appropriate for what's going on in the world right now, right? Couldn't we all use a little blessings right now in this very interesting time? And so I'm just taking my transfer and I'm sticking it down to my surface. I am going to ink it, and then I'll heat set it with an iron, and then it can get washed. So I'm leaving them on people's outside doorknobs. That way, if it's like today, you know, all of a sudden I had people's stuff outside for the sale to pick up, and then all of a sudden it started raining when the sun was out 2 seconds beforehand. Oh, maybe we're not using this color. There we go. So we're going to use two quick little colors on here. We're going to use Tide and Couture Coral. This is a very quick little bing, bang, boom, done transfer. So at Chalk, I should probably back up a little bit for those of you who are new to us. Chalk Couture is an amazing company. We make adhesive silkscreen transfers, which are reusable. You can use them over and over and over again. So like this little bless your mess, you could make like the 10 banners I ordered today. I could make all 10 of them with the same transfer and just go over and over and over again. That's kind of the beauty of the fact that you can use it over and over again. You can get totally creative with them, do all kinds of different things. So it's just a very fun little, yes, co-workers, neighbors, friends, post office. Ooh, Ben's Marine Unit at Camp Pendleton and on have wanted the mask. That's cool. That's very cool. I think it's just the hospitals that I think my friend tried to give them to a hospital. And that was more of the issue, was they weren't, you know, whatever they had to be. Okay, so I'm going to use ink because that's what I was talking about. We make adhesive silkscreen transfers. We make Chalkology paste, which is what we're going to use on our next project. And we make Couture ink. Couture ink, when heat set with an iron, so you just iron it. When you iron it and you heat set it, you can wash it and then get wet and it's not going to go anywhere. So this is really nice for things like t-shirts, tea towels, sweatshirts, ceramics, bowls, coffee mugs, all that kind of stuff. You can use it on that kind of stuff. So it's really a fun little way to take your transfers and have one more additional use for them. You don't have to just use them with chalk. You can totally use them with ink. So I've got my transfer down. I know I keep rubbing it, but it doesn't want to stick, so that's why I keep rubbing it. I'm going to take a little squeegee, and I'm going to do Bless, Mess in one color and this in another. And I think I'm going to do Bless, Mess in Tide and this in Couture Coral, just to give it a little bit of variety. You could totally do this in one color. You could also do this in chalk. You don't have to do it in ink. It just means you can't wash it. And if it's going to sit outside in the rain, that's not a good idea. But you can totally use chalk. I use chalk on banners often. Don't feel like you have to use chalk ink. Ink is definitely more permanent than chalk would be. Okay, so I'm going to take my squeegee, and my squeegee has two very distinct sides to it. It has a beveled side and a straight side. The beveled side is the front of the squeegee that I dip into my ink. Now, ink is a little bit different than chalk, only in the sense that you don't stir it. You just open it up and use it. And you don't add water to it. You just use it the way it is. So even if it's thicker, because after they dry out, you know, like my inks are old, and they stay open when people use them, so they get, you know, a little drier. Still don't add water. You can still use them when they're thick. They still work. It's a little bit different than chalk. The other thing that I want to be careful with is it is permanent. So I'm going to check my fingers every time I touch my ink container, because I don't want to inadvertently touch this, get ink on my fingers, then touch my fabric, and now I have ink where I don't want it. So I take my beveled part of my squeegee, I just load it up with ink. So see, I just put the ink right on it. I don't have a ton of ink on it. And you just go up and down. And that's all you do. This is how easy this is. Could not be easier, actually. Being careful not to get the ink in the other part of the transfer that I want to make a different color. And I have a lot of excess ink on here, so I'm going to scrape that off. So I thought that this would be really appropriate for my neighbor. I'm feeling sorry for her. I have the most amazing neighbors. And my poor little next door neighbor has a very cute, oh my gosh, adorable like little 2-year-old. And she doesn't understand why she can't go to school, and my kids are in the yard and they can't play together, and I thought this would be funny for her. All right, so I've got my Tide color down. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Miss Virginia. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Karen. Hey, Lisa GB. We're making 2 quick little projects tonight. First, we're making a banner because for club members, these little banners are super cheap. They're $2.50. Not cheap in quality, cheap in price. Now I'm going to take my Couture teal and I'm just going to do my this. So they're very reasonable right now, and I am on a little mission right now. I'm making little banners and I'm going around my neighborhood and my neighbors or my family's houses, and I'm leaving them on doorknobs. Because for $2.50 you can't beat it. So if you are a Club Couture member, you got notified via email, I believe, that this sale was going on. It's on textiles. I got a little of the other color I didn't want it, so this might end up a little hot mess. So the textiles, the pillow covers, the banners, they're all half off for club members. For regular people like me and you, they reduced the price. So I'm gonna put my covers right back on my ink right away because I don't want to move anything. And see, I got ink all over my fingers, and put ink where I don't want it. Always check your fingers when you touch ink. You notice I'm not too concerned about it drying right now. Like if this was chalk, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I gotta pull off my transfer. Don't have that problem with ink, which is also one of the nice things about it, is it doesn't have that time constraint that you're about to see when we do chalk. And cause I'm such a sweetheart, aw, Karen, you're swell. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull out my transfer. Okay, that's adorable. I stick this in my water bath right next to me. I'm gonna rinse it with water, let it dry, or dry it with a towel, whichever you feel so inclined. I'm lazy. I let it dry. And then in the morning, put my backer sheets back on them. I store it, and it's good to go for next time. So look at how cute this little banner is. It just says, bless this mess. I mean, really, how adorable is that? $2.50. Many of you already have A-size transfers. If you're a club member, you have an A-size transfer already. So I'm not even doing a commercial. I'm just like, oh my gosh, these are really reasonable. I can't believe how reasonable they are. They used to be, last month, they were $6.99. Go figure. All right, so it's gonna dry, and then I'm gonna iron it. And that's all I do. I put a piece of parchment paper down, and I iron it, and that will heat set it. So I'm gonna set it aside because we have, are you ready? I've thought about this project for 2 days, ever since I saw my friend's picture. So I'm totally copying a friend's color scheme because I saw it, and I was like, absolutely beautiful. Now she did it on a very fancy chalkboard, so that could have been part of the appeal, was the absolutely gorgeous, it's one of those old retired chalkboards like the Verity board, you know, that is so ornate and beautiful. I'm hoping when the new catalog comes out in late summer, they're going to give us some fun new surfaces like that again. I lost you guys. So what she did was she did it on a very pretty black chalkboard. Oh, and this is the transfer. So this is this month's Club Couture transfer. So what is Club Couture? Club Couture is a monthly subscription service where for $19.99 a month, you get a B-size transfer and 3 paste packets. Every single month, like magic, delivered to your door. $19.99 even includes the shipping. So for $20 a month, you get like this little guarantee of happiness in this cute little envelope that comes with 3 little fun paste packets, and you don't even have to think about it. It just arrives, and you create something beautiful, which is what I love about it because I don't have to think about it. It just shows up. It's always a surprise. We never know what the transfer is going to be, so we're always like, oh my gosh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? You know, so part of that anticipation is the fun of it, right? I like surprises, so I think it's fun. Some people that drives crazy. Personally, I love it. So this is this month's, and it says, it's the vintage typewriter. So this is this really cool typewriter, and then it has these little notes that you can put on your piece of paper, and then it has making it up as I go, which we are totally using at Mother's Day with #MomsLife, right? Totally making. I need a sweatshirt that says #MomsLife, making it up as I go. Yeah, I'm just saying we'll be making that one of these nights really soon. Because right now, especially, so I did think that that was also a little appropriate right now for kind of the life that we're in, is I am totally making it up as I go. So I think we'll put making it up as we go up on top. We're going to put hi, because, you know, we all need to say hi on our little typewriter, and then we're going to do the typewriter. But what she did that I found so ridiculously beautiful, she did the typewriter in copper shimmer, couture, coral, almond, and white. I mean, she did a lot of colors. It was beautiful. So I'm thinking through how she did it so that I can think through how I'm going to make it. But she did like the parts that would be silver, she did in copper shimmer. And then she did the base of the typewriter in couture coral, and then she did the middle part in almond. That's what we're going to try. This is definitely chalking 102, 103 level because there's no ending marks in the transfer to create the look that we're going to create. So we're going to somewhat make this up as we go. So I'll show you how you can do this. So I'm going to take my transfer and I'm going to remove it carefully from its backer sheet, like so. I keep my backer sheet because, ooh, don't put it on top of our ink, because that is what I put it back on when we're all done. That's how I store them, and that's what keeps it beautiful so that I can use it again. I'm going to place my transfer down. This chalkboard, oh, I forgot to take the little things off. This chalkboard is the Sylvie, and you've seen me use Sylvie often, but I normally use the Sylvie with the white background and the black frame. You've seen her, in fact, oh, I took it down today because I washed it off. We had our cute little project that was right there, was on the white with the black frame. This is the black with the white frame. This is a very nice chalkboard because it has a fun little edge to it. It's not so boring as some of the, you know, just kind of boxy frame ones. So I put my transfer down and I make sure that all these little keys and little dots, I just go over them with my finger because I want all that beautiful detailing. So I just want to make sure that they're stuck down. Now this is a vintage typewriter, so if you look inside the transfer, see those little teal dots? Those are there on purpose, and they're going to give our typewriter a somewhat distressed look. So I get my transfer down, because we're going to do the typewriter first, and then we're going to go back to doing the rest of the pieces. So first thing I do is I open up my chalks. I've got almond. We've not used copper shimmer in a long time. In fact, there's hardly any in there. Is there enough? I have another one. Is there enough in there? If it's not too dried out, there's enough in there. And we're going to use couture coral. Is this guava? Oh, this is guava. Oh my goodness. How dare I? Actually, I think she used guava. Or did she use couture coral? She used guava. Oh, ladies, we're going to use guava. All right. I'm going to eat my words tonight. I like guava, I guess. Guava is such a funny color to me. Okay, this is very dry, and there's very little left in here. Yeah, it's time for a new one. Hang on, I'm gonna grab a new one. Hang on, just one memento, please. So when you open up the shimmer paste, they are totally different than a regular paste. They're almost like they're whipped up. Hang on, I gotta wrap my bathrobe back around me. It's freezing down here. Yeah, so see, this guy's pretty much empty. so he dried up because we've not used him in a long, long time. I kind of save the shimmers for holidays. It will be awesome. Thank you, Kristen. Oh, bless Chucky Wucky, right? He is special, isn't he? We should all share with the whole world the story of Uncle Wedgie Boy, shouldn't we? We love Uncle Wedgie Boy. Uncle Wedgie Boy. We even have Wedgie Boy potatoes that I make after Uncle Wedgie Boy. He is a very, very special man. We are very lucky to be blessed enough to have an Uncle Wedgie Boy. Everybody should have an Uncle Wedgie Boy. But when young Master Joseph was really little, oh my gosh, maybe 5, maybe 4, I don't even remember how little he was. He met Chuck for the first time, and Chuck, you know, my kids said something smart, and Chuck, of course, rose to the occasion and said something about a wedgie, and Joe's like, I don't even know what a wedgie is. Yeah, literally, 2 seconds later, he learned what a wedgie was. And then, being a cute little kid and, you know, getting attention from an adult, which, you know, there's a lot of Bremen adults that give lots of fun attention, which my children were not used to because I don't have living anymore, I don't have a very big family. The family that I had when it was big, they don't remember because they were so little. But, so all weekend long, Joe kept going up to him and saying, can I have a wedgie? So, ever since that weekend, he's never been Uncle Chuck. He has always been Uncle Wedgie Boy. 2 more children later, he's still Uncle Wedgie Boy. And then we made Uncle Wedgie Boy potatoes because they're wedgie potato. Oh my gosh. It's just, oh. This is like putting the knife in the peanut butter for the first time. Oh, look at this color. Look at how, oh goodness, this was worth it just for this. Love it. Okay, so we've got our colors out. They're stirred. They're ready to go. It's time to get to chalking. So, inside is going to be almond. Outside is going to be couture coral. And then these parts will be copper shimmer. That is the plan. I don't know why I cannot get you guys up here tonight. But that's our plan. Okay, wait, now I've got comments here. Okay, I think I'm caught up. All right, so let's get to chalking. So now it's important to pick your squeegees right, because we're going to do a little bit of detail work. So this is a project where a small squeegee, a mini squeegee, and the multi-purpose tool would come in handy. Do you have to have all these squeegees? No. You can just have one squeegee and you keep wiping it off in between. That totally works. I just happen to have them, so I'm going to use them. And we're going to start. So these lines in here are going to be, this whole part here will be cream. This is the keys, right? So this whole part here needs to be coral, or yeah, copper shimmer, and then this part needs to be coral, right? Because this whole part would be, I'm trying to remember what a typewriter looks like. So I made this the first time and I put it up in my family room. Charlie thought it was a car. I'm like, no, it's a typewriter. How can you not know what a typewriter looks like? Children. All right, so we're going to get started. Oop, that's the wrong color. We're going to start with our almond because I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. So I just dip it in. And I'm going to use my lines to keep me focused where I want to be. Now I could totally wash my transfer off in between colors if I wanted. If I wasn't doing this live, I might do that. Actually, okay, no, honestly, I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I would try it once and see how easy it went. If it went easy, I wouldn't wash it off. But if I found I was having a hard time not getting the colors blending as I was trying to change my colors, I would wash my transfer off in between. For the purposes of live TV land, I won't do that because you'd have to sit here and watch me wash this transfer off a few times. But we're going to see first if I can do it. So you all have to sit on the edge of your seat and see, can she do it? Okay, so now I'm going to switch to a smaller squeegee just so it gives me a little bit more control in these little sections where I just want to cut in and get that clean, crisp line of the edge of the typewriter. But I don't want to risk having too big of a squeegee and then again putting the chalk paste in a spot I don't want it. Okay, so this is our cream section. So now I'm just going to go and take all my excess off, like so. Making sure I got it all good and done. And now I'm going to pull off my transfer, just the bottom part. Not the dots, the keys are just the curved part. So see, I have my typewriter. The keys are just, oh, you're right. You're right, Kristen. The keys are the curved part. Okay, so see, I have my cute little bottom part. Now I just lay it back down and I'm just going to gently push back down the parts that I have in Chalk Jet and seal them. So I think we have, just because of, again, how the transfer, so this whole thing has to be coral. I'm going to cheat and let's look at her picture just to be safe. Because it was so cool, I want to make sure it looks like her picture did. And I will show you her picture. This is one of my amazing friends that does amazing things. I have a lot of them that do amazing things. But this lady does really, really nice stuff. Okay, here it is. Oh, yep, she did it. Okay, so she used, so see how she did it? Yep, so she went around it with the coral. Yep, she did this, or I'm sorry, guava. Yep, she used guava. That could be coral, but I think it's guava. She went around this. Ooh, she did this in cream. All right, we'll go back and do that in cream. And then she did this in, wow, she did really fancy work. She must have, and she has little tiny kids, holy cow. Her live she did the other day, she had her little kids in the background. And they were not having anything with their mama being live. One of them is 1. And he just wanted hand lotion, and he would not leave her alone. It was hysterical. You guys think I'm funny to watch. You really got to watch the people that have little kids, that try to chalk with little kids. All right, I'm going to get your comments back up here. All right, so we've seen again how she did it. But she did this part in white. Now, why would she have done that part in white? Because that's not really keys. You'd think that'd be part. But we'll do it because it was cute. So I'm just going to dip in. I'm going to, again, stick with my multi-purpose tool because this is a lot of cutting in. And again, had I known that she had done it this way, I'd have just done it all in one fell swoop and it would have made the other part easier. But if we can do this without having to wash off the transfer, I'll be pretty impressed with our chalking skills. We will have graduated to more advanced chalking. But that's kind of the nice thing about the fact, again, that they're reusable, is it gives you the opportunity to play with it and try different things and see different projects that people are making, and you can totally make it your own, which is kind of the nice thing about it. You pick your colors that go with your house, you match your own decor. Because I did think about doing this in the teal instead of the coral or the guava. Now that I realize it's even guava, I totally should have done it in a different color. Poor guava gets a, I'd make it guava. Oops. Too late, Kristen. I made him. That darn Facebook delay. All right, so we've got all of our cream parts done, so we don't need any more cream. I'm just washing off my squeegees. Much easier to clean your squeegees off when your squeegees are wet than when the chalk paste dries on them, because the chalk paste dries hard, so it takes a little more effort. It's not hard, it just takes a little more effort, and I'm lazy. We've established that Maria is lazy. All right, so I'm going to push down my transfer again, so I just make sure I reseal it because I did pull it up. And now we are going to do the, so this part she did, oh, we don't have white open. We're gonna need white. Shoot that part in white, my white. But if you change the guava to teal, I'd change the copper too. That's why I didn't do it. Kristen, you and I are like in syncopado. That's exactly why I didn't do it, because then I would have done silver shimmer instead of copper. And copper is my favorite shimmer. And I got to open up a new one, and it was like opening up a new jar of peanut butter. I mean, life does not get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. It so does not. All right, so we're going to start with our guava. And I'm going to eat my words about this color. In the jar, it looks neon orange, which is my problem with guava. When you use guava, it doesn't look neon orange on the board. But in the jar, it's like, whoa, that is so bright. But it really isn't. So I do give guava a hard time for being a color. But in reality, it is a very nice color. It's just bright. And my preference is soft muted colors. And if I'm going to use a shimmer, my favorite shimmer is copper. Just because it's different. Anybody can do silver shimmer. Copper shimmer is special. Okay, so again, I'm just cutting in my lines. And getting in there with my guava. Going around, making sure I have all my silk screen covered up, but not going into my cream. I'm going to lift it up. By lifting it up, what that does, ooh, look at how cute that is. It really is cute. By lifting it up, what that does is that eliminates the whole worry about my chalk base is going to dry on my transfer, and then when I go to pull up my transfer, it will take off the chalk with it. Okay, so I'm just drying. I touched the transfer with my fingers, so I got my fingers all full of chalk, so I'm just drying them off, or washing them off. And now I'm going to flip. Oops. Always wipe your squeegee off, because again, it's just much easier to wipe off your squeegee when it's wet. Okay, so now I'm going to flip to our multi-purpose tool, and I'm going to do some cutting in up here, because this is kind of a tight quarters here up here. So I'm just going to go around, because part of this we're going to make copper shimmer. See, I think that would be, this part up here would be the base of the typewriter until we get to here, and that's our keys, which we're going to make shimmer. So is everybody surviving? Everybody's staying home and making it okay? We've been doing lots of chalking therapy here at my house. My kids are doing well with school, although today we did have some meltdowns. So we just took a break. It's hard, you know? You don't get to see your friends. You're stuck with your mom. You had yesterday off. So the sun was beautiful, and you got to go bike riding, and you got to have summertime fun. And then today it's just back to the same old humdrum. So we had a few meltdowns. That was okay. Mom made cookies. I don't know this lady that I'm living with who's decided she's a baker. But she really needs to go find a new house. Today we made M&M cookies. And I make the old Toll Road recipe, and instead of putting chocolate chips in it, I put M&Ms in it. Why do I do this to myself? Because now, they're literally, before I went live, I had to inhale 3 cookies. I do not need to be eating chocolate or M&M cookies. They're so good. I mean, like, I don't make cookies. But my kids are always like, these are, even Charlie at dinner, he had them after dinner. He's like, oh, these are so good, Mom. And I'm like, you're just saying that because you want me to make more. I'm not that dumb. I got your number, buddy. All right, so up here, going to have to make some decisions up here about what all this stuff is and what colors it should be. I mean, we know the keys in the middle, but like all this part up here. So I'm just going to lift it up again. We're just going to zoop. See? We're getting the top of our typewriter. Lay it back down and then just press it down so that it seals. Okay, so now we got to talk turkey. So like this part I'm thinking should be coral. This part I guess we do shimmer. What about the line? Because that's, you know, how you rolled your paper in. I think we're going to do that shimmer, just for ease sake. And then our line out here will be white. Hello, Karen. Hey, Linda. I should give my pizza cookie recipe. It has marshmallows on top and it tastes like s'mores. Karen, I need to stop baking. I just got an email today too from my friends. They want to do a recipe exchange, like the old-fashioned recipe exchange where you drop off recipe cards at people's houses. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need no more need to make food. No more food. No more food. Nicole says shimmer. Okay, so this line is the paper, so that has to be white. Right? That has to be white. Where's our words? But then our words wouldn't be white. Our words would be black. So what my friend did was I don't know how she did it, but she made this white. I would do everything coral except the keys and the roller. Everything coral except the keys and the roller. All right. So we just have these two little spots back here to do in coral. The rest of this is the roller. And then we just figure out what we're doing with the paper. Oh, actually, I tell you that squeegee's too big now. So then I go to my little guys that I have cut up. Because this is a little tiny space we're trying to get into here. And sometimes it's just nice to have a little tiny squeegee. So I have a bigger squeegee that I have cut up into little tiny pieces. And then I use them in these situations when I'm trying to just get a little tiny spot. It just, again, is one of those things that just eliminates the stress. Okay, so we got that part down. Kristen says keys, roller, and the next line slide should be shimmer. Okay, yeah. This, and this will be shimmer. But then we have our paper that goes down. That's really the question, what to do with the paper. Everything else at this point is going to be shimmer. So I'm going to grab my multi-purpose tool, just wipe off my guava, and I'm going to grab my shimmer. Oh, shimmer is so much fun. So when you use the shimmer, you'll notice it's obviously, it's not glitter, it's shimmer in your paste. So it doesn't glide as easily, it's chunkier, it's thicker, and it has a grit to it. So as you're putting it on, you'll notice the grit. So all of this is going to be shimmer. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with our white piece of paper. It also is like not chunkier, it's fluffy, for lack of a better word. It's fluffy. So it goes on a little more thick, so you just kind of move it around as you go. Spread it out, smooth it out, get it everywhere you want it to be. Fill up your whole silkscreen. Okay, and then I think these parts will be shimmer as well. And then I think we're almost to everything else being white, or whatever we're going to do about our piece of paper. Because we don't really want to make our words white. I mean, I don't really think we have much choice. We have a chalkboard, right? A black chalkboard, So just because, so kind of my whole point in this whole transfer thing here is just because this transfer is meant, you know, it doesn't have clean stop lines for where you should stop one color and go for the next, you can totally do it in multiple colors. You just pay attention to your lines. Hey, Melissa from Canada. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to pull off my transfer. Oh, I wish you could see this in person. I mean, it even looks cool. Oh, yeah. This is cool. All right, so now we put it back down because all we have left to do is our little piece of paper, which I think I don't think we got a choice. I think we got to make it white. What if the words were in the shimmer on white paper? I could do that, Carol, but what's going to happen is this is silk screen. So my paper is going to be black. My paper is not going to be shimmer. But we could totally use shimmer for the words. I know. Wait till I lift it up. I've got you guys on the edge of your seat. As soon as I saw what she had made, I'm like, OMG, I totally need to make that. And here we are, making it. All right, so now we go in with white paper. Which is just, you know, it's really just the outline of the paper. It's not really white paper. Because, again, the paper is going to be the color of the chalkboard. So you just go in here. Try not to pick up your other colors because you want your white to be pristine. Okay, and I've got these little tiny spots to do where my paper would be in my roller, around my roller. So I just get those done. And we've really done the whole transfer. This is the piece of resistance. Okay, I'm going to stick it in my water bath. Okay, this is cool. OMG, I need to dry it so I can show it to you. The shimmers take a little bit longer to dry. Not much, but a little bit. And they're not really shimmery until they're dry. And it's not like a, oh, that's shimmer. It's a, oh, that's kind of subtle. Shimmery. Is it possible to fill the paper in white, dry it, and put the words on the different color paper? Yes, it is. It is, but then I gotta find a transfer that's got that much screen in it that's solid, and I will, don't worry. We'll get there. So once the shimmer is dry, you'll be able to see it even better. But it does take a second more, not much more, but a second more for the shimmer to dry. And it has a smell to it. And again, because I use the shimmers at Christmas, it brings me back to Christmas every time. It's almost a like a mulled spice smell. I don't know. I'm weird, but okay. So here's what we've got so far. Can you see the shimmer? It's subtle. So I know we need to fill the paper in white. In order to fill the paper in white, I gotta find a transfer. Oh, that is solid screen, so that it basically makes it white. So I'm thinking, what about the circle black? Do I have a circle black? Ooh, what about, maybe the vintage truck. Vintage truck might work. We're going to leave him out. So see what I mean? I need a screen that's going to be smooth with no distressing in it and no other transfer pieces in it. I need it to be that way because could I paint it in? Yes, I could totally paint it in. But if I paint it in, what happens is it's not smooth like the rest of this silk screen because it doesn't have a silk screen. So I'm just flipping through transfers here real quick, trying to find this one will work. This whole thing is white. All right, so first let's try the vintage truck and see if it's enough size. And it is. Where's my widest part? Probably this part right here. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to put this. Oh, this is like really chalking 105. But this is again the beauty of how creative you can get with these transfers, especially once you have a collection of transfers. So I pushed down my transfer and I am literally just going to chalk within my square. That's what we're trying anyway. So I'm going to take my little squeegee, I'm going to take my white chalk paste, load it up, and I'm just going to chalk in between here and hope to God this works, because I don't want to ruin this beautiful typewriter. I don't want to have to start all over. We would if we had to, but thank you, Lisa. I do agree that this is super cute. Okay. Taking this, putting it in here, pulling this. Oops, I got a line. If you have a line from squeegeeing, make sure you smooth it out. It's close to being perfect, but it's not perfect. So we're gonna fix it. It's very close though. I got a little, oh, I know why I got that. Because I went over on my transfer where I shouldn't have. I really need to make sure this is dry before I put another transfer down on top of it. It was dry, but it did pull up a little bit of the chalk. So just make sure it's good and dry. So now it's going to look kind of silly because now I have these silly little lines down here, but that's okay. I really, in theory, should go in here and do all this in white. We may get there. Who knows? You never know how this night's going to go, right? This was going to be a quick little project. Okay, so I have just a little bit of tiny cleanup work to do up here, where I went too far. So I'm just going to smooth out. Did it a little too much. I'm going to smooth out my line just a little bit up here. The key is not to go too far. And that's always my issue, is I go too far. So I'm just basically making my line an even line because I have this little bump from the truck. So I'm very close to being good to go. Maybe the poet should have done an almond. Maybe the poet should have done it in almond. Maybe, Cheryl. What if I just did the letters in white? I could have just done the letters in white. That would have been easier. That would have been boring, right? If we're going to do it, we got to do it up big. Okay, so I got a little over here where I didn't want it to, and it's coming right off. So I'm just cleaning up my lines a little bit. All right, so, what if the paper was almond? I was wondering about your poet there a little bit, Cheryl, but I was going with it. Did you see? I'm like, okay, I'm just going to roll with that because I'm not really sure what she's talking about. Don't you love autocorrect? All right, so we're going to use our little truck guy again. And we're going to fix this part. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my line to the top. Could be a little interesting because I have this little bump in the middle, right? But we're going to try. And see here now if we can't get it completely fixed. The problem when you go over chalk is you have to go over the whole thing, because if you don't, you have spots where you have 2 layers of chalk, and because you have, it's like painting your wall, it's 2 layers, right? If you have 2 layers, it changes the color. Just darkens it just that little tiny bit. All right, so we're just gonna try this up here. Just gonna do that little section and see if we can just get away with that today. If not, we'll go back and do the whole thing. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside again because I'm not sure if that's gonna fix it or not, and I went over too far. Once we put the words on it, it won't be so obvious. Make my line straight because I went over too far again, and I've got my little over too far up here. Just want to make that straight. And in breaking my cardinal rule, my chalk paste is wet. I'm going to dry it. Do never, always wait to fix your mistakes in your chalk paste until your chalk paste is dry. Otherwise, inevitably, you mess up the part you didn't want to mess up. And it is just slightly darker in this corner because, again, it's 2 layers of white instead of 1. But it's not like glaringly noticeable. You'd have to be like staring at it. And anybody that comes in my house and stares at my signs that hard really should probably go home. Because they clearly have never watched one of my videos. Alright, so now we have a white piece of paper. Okay, this is adorable. We are outdoing ourselves. Thank you, my friend Shannon. Oh, she made a beautiful thing for us to recreate. Okay, so wiping off my squeegee. Time for words. I can put my little vintage truck guy in my water bath because we're done making our piece of paper white. And we're just going to stick this little tiny high. Now, if you, those of you who have the trios, the 3-word trios, you know, the family, friends, memories, hello, welcome, gather, party, celebrate. I don't remember what the other one is on that. I call them the 3 bangers. What are the 3 words? The 3-word transfers. You know what I'm talking about. These guys. They're a trio. They're an A-size transfer and they have 3 words on them. You know, cheers, party, celebrate. You could put these words on here too. Welcome would be super cute. It's a little too big. Forever would be cute on there. Home would be super cute on there. Hello. I've seen hello done a couple times. It fits on there super nice. And it fills in the space more than just hi. Although hi's cute too. I feel like hello, you know, because right now it's like, oh my gosh, are you a human being? Are you an adult that I can have a conversation with that maybe might actually be in person? Did I tell you this story? I went to Target to get a gallon of milk and this guy in the store talked to me and I like jumped. I'm like, God, has it really been this long since I've talked to a human being? So we have family, friends, memories is probably too long. No, maybe not. Memories. So these are the trio transfers. Again, a bunch of you have these. So when you have your collection of transfers, it's really easy to get creative with your monthly club transfer. You can just totally go nuts and have some complete creative freedom with what you do. I think we are going to we'll do our little high. So high, I want to really make sure this is good and dry. Get my little snibbled up chalk paste off. And I'm going to fuzz this before I put it over the chalk because there's a couple layers down there. So I'm going to fuzz it. I'm just going to stick it right to my sweatshirt. Pick up the lint on my sweatshirt, which will make it not quite as sticky. And I've seen people do it like over here. But but I'm going to stick it in the center. And I'm going to just lightly push it down, and we're going to do black, velvet. Because a typewriter would be black, right? I'm going to just grab it and go. Okay, so we have high. Carefully pull it off so I don't pull that chalk paste that's underneath it with me. Again, this is, and it did pull it up. It pulled it up where I had my double layer because I didn't let it dry long enough. So when you have a double layer of chalk, it appears to be dry on the top, but because it's 2 layers of chalk, it's not. So it did, so my paper just looks ripped. So we're gonna set that aside, and I'll have to wash my white piece of paper off, a part of it, and redo it. But I won't make you guys do that because I'll have to wash the transfers to do that. So then we're going to stick on here, making it up as I go, and we're going to do that in the shimmer. Just gonna chalk paste on my board. So I take this, I stick it right here, smoosh it down, I grab my squeegee. Oh, love copper shimmer. Absolutely love copper shimmer. And it just, I don't know what that smell is. It's a really pleasant smell. I don't know what it is. Maybe minerally. It's a very, copper shimmer smells good. I've never smelled, okay. This is how weird Maria, I promise you, I'm not sitting in my basement smelling my chalks. I'm not, really, but as soon as you open it up, you notice it has a very pleasant smell. And it's different than the rest of them, so it must be only this one. Okay, so I take this, I stick it in my water bath. But yeah, I'm not down here sniffing chalk, don't worry. Okay, so this is what we got, except I have my big boo-boo in the middle that I need to fix, which we will fix. But I won't make you watch me fix it because you've already watched me for an hour. But we made two super cute little signs. This is the Chalk Couture transfer. It's the monthly transfer for this month. If you're not in the club, my goodness, what the heck are you waiting for, right? If you're not in the club and you want to join the club, you're actually joining the club for next month, which we don't know at this point what next month's transfer is going to be. However, when you join it, you get a one-time option to purchase the previous month's transfer. So if you are in love with this transfer like everybody else is, you can order it. When you join the club, you can add it on. But you're really joining the club for next month. And then what happens is, on the 5th of the month, like magic, you get charged the $19.99 a month, and it comes in the mail to you. You also have another one-time option when you join the club, and that's to buy a starter kit. They call it the Kickstarter kit. And what's in the Kickstarter kit is an Aiden chalkboard, another surface, which is usually the board and base. You get a white chalk paste because your chalk paste packets will never be white. You get a white chalk paste, you get the squeegees, and a board eraser. So you get the things you need. If you don't have any, you get those things so that you can get started with just creating. And then you don't have to think about it at all. You know, your transfer arrives in the mail, you've already got the surface. Okay, you created on it last month, wash it off, and now put this month's transfer on it. It's really a nice way to not have to think about it, because we all have enough to think about. You don't have to think about it, and it just happens. So it's a really, really nice little creative time. So this is our super cute little chalkboard, and then we made our super cute little banner that I will heat set. I will iron that. So I'm going to fix this. I'm going to wash this off and remake that. Kristen says, thank you for filling in the paper. I know, Kristen. They should have done that. I don't know. The black and white one, well, because the paper was white, it didn't even make a difference to me that it was, because it looked white already, because it was a black typewriter on white canvas, so it made total sense. But on the blackboard, I think you do need to fill it in. But the white is stark against the almond and the guava. And I gotta tell you, guava looks pretty darn nice on this bad boy. It, once again, is proving to me that guava is not a bad color, even though I give it a really hard time. There's got to be one, right, in every crowd. So I'm Making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer. If you can please do this, it helps me tremendously when you do that. So thank you to everybody who takes the time to do that. If you're not in the VIP group, you need to be, because that's where all the super fun things happen. And if you're not, you can comment, add me, or you can go right to your search bar and type in Making Maria's VIP group and request to join, and I'll get you in there. If you want information about the club and how to become a member with this month's club transfer, just message me or type in club and I'll send you the link. You can take a look at it and see if it's something that you think you would be interested in. If you want to see any of these products, you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria and you can see the pennant banner. It will show on the website the $4.99 price. You don't see the $2.50 until you log in as a Club Couture member, because the sales are only for club members. So you got to be in the club in order to see the sales. So if you're not in the club, again, what you waiting for? It's a great deal to be in the club. So that's where you can see all of the products. And last but not least, if you are curious at all about what it means to be an independent Chalk Couture designer and all the fun different things that you can do with it, everybody does something different with their designership. I have a piece of paper that has like 8 different ways that you can do this and earn a little extra money. Or you can just simply create things and get the discount. So if you're curious at all about being a designer, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to just give you the information and you can figure out if it's something that's good for you or not. Those are all my commercials for the evening. Thank you so much for watching me. It is Wednesday night. I'll be back at you tomorrow night around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we will once again make something beautiful. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great day. See ya. Thanks for watching.